They shine bright as we hold on to this tie. No one leaves cause we might not fight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ito, and I'm happy to bring you another game of ESEA main. Today, we're going to be seeing the 8-2 Fusion Uprise go up against the 7-3 Able2Mutate. Now, on paper, Fusion Uprise have been on a crazy upswing in the past couple of games. They've, I think, won the last 6 or something of the sort. But Able2Mutate, there are no slouches in themselves. They originally lost their first 2 games of the season, then went on this crazy winning streak, but they did unfortunately fall their last game. It was a 16-3 loss from Able2Mutate here, so they're coming off of a loss. That's really what I'm trying to get at here. And I'm wondering if Fusion Uprise can continue their win streak and try to get another W on the board, because that would make them unbelievably high up on ESEA main. But again, let's just go ahead and see how this pistol round works out. It looks like MDS is going to be opting for a little bit more utility on the side of the CTs, and Able2Mutate will have 2 players with nades in their hands. Otherwise, pretty standard, except for the stack. Look at this. You see how Fusion Uprise are actually committing 4 players over towards A. This reeks of a counter strat. Definitely have high expectations of what A2M are going to try to do on this opening pistol. P250 also in play from Scrubbalicious, I should mention. The player to watch, even in that 16-3 loss that they had prior. He was one of the few bright spots in that game. Still no points of contact made. Fusion Uprise, USPs in hand, will just bide their time because they know A2M need to get to that site eventually. Smoke and flash, and all the works come through. Siphon with a couple of courtesy taps from mid. Can't quite get the shots connected, but luckily Yoko is there to step up with the slack, but Scrubbalicious is also there to pick up the slack as well. Jermaine finds a kill elsewhere. That was over towards B, and now a complete rotate through, a wrap through the CT spawn is in the works from Able2Mutate. They'll clear out every angle they need to. They're going to have a very nice surprise awaiting them. There are no members of Fusion Uprise waiting at the B site yet. They'll be quick on rotate, and they will be watching for it, Able2Mutate. Unfortunately, Maz is unable to hit any shots, and the bomb is planted, making this a very tough 1 versus 4. No kit in play, and Rock, the new blood on the team, would have to go massive, but it's not meant to be. Able2Mutate get that first one on the board. I really just thought that 2K from Scrubbalicious was incredible. Just contacting up towards Arch. I'm not exactly sure what allowed him just to kind of get there for free, it felt like. But the fact that he got that double kill on the 2 players holding down Arch, it basically made it so they're completely free to just rush through CT. That's exactly what won them the round. So winning that pistol is a good start, but MDS with even a better start. Nasty deagle onto Jermaine. That's a fantastic way to get the CT half started. Considering that they're going to be going up against AK-47s, the deagles are still doing work. Massive kill. Might be what the doctor ordered. The A2M will choose to play it so for the time being. No need to try to feed another kill in potentially to the question marks, which are the locations of Fusion Uprise. They could be anywhere, and Rock might be able to catch Cakes off guard here. Lots of utility being used over towards Boiler. Rock backs away at just the wrong time before he's able to become effective. Scrubbalicious and co. look to entry out over towards A, and they'll get all the kills that they need, or will they? Rock surprisingly managed to find 1. Unfortunately, the second wasn't quite meant to be. No matter. They'll get all the kills nonetheless. A 3-on-2 as we enter a retake, and I'm pretty sure Fusion might not even want to commit to this. A decent amount of money has been invested with Yoko's auto shotgun. No armor play. That's not really going to do much on a retake, especially on the A-bomb site. B-bomb site, maybe. Just maybe, but the A-bomb site seems like a pretty hopeful wish, considering the long-range duels he can take there. But Siphon is perfectly fine taking his time and trying to find some exit frags, as Able2Mutate are going to be able to, well, get on 2. I wanted to try to come up with a pun, but it's all good enough. Oh, Siphon actually gets another at the very end of things. Cake is taken down, and I think the rifle wasn't quite retrieved. But again, it's no matter. Really decent amount of damage done to the T side. 3 rifles out of the picture just on round number 2 makes it so they are going to struggle to build up a really healthy economy. The picture doesn't look much better, though. Fusion Uprise are really struggling on money themselves. are still sitting on pistols. Oh. Contact made at mid and alt mid. A chicken is killed, but no players. Cakes, I feel like just hit one of the nastiest one taps. I just heard the bullet, and I wish I could have seen it. But alas, here we are. Cakes, nice entry in. Is he ready for the second, though? Clears a half wall, and indeed he is. Cakes with a nice double entry into the B-bomb site. The first one I wish I could have seen, but the second was a treat in itself. Eddie is having a bit of trouble over towards trenches. He actually falls to MDS's pistol, and because of that, they're going to be able to get a rifle to save, most likely. The CTs want to try to save as much money as they can heading into this inevitable first gun round, which will be seen on round 4. The Fusion will also try to get more damage done as they can. You see a bunch of players from Able2Mutate are just making their home in the top of Banana right now, and Rock could actually maybe find one out here. Jermaine does a good job at checking his angles, but the shots don't quite connect the way he hopes. All the damage aside, means nothing if they can't get the round. There's only so much he can do on pistols, and the fact that Fusion Uprise even made that big of a dent, I think, is pretty respectable. However, Able2Mutate still will be able to buy. The fact that they've gotten bombed down every single round thus far really makes it difficult for, you know, a CT to punish their economy. But nonetheless, Fusion Uprise will finally get their first buy in through. Yes, nice little upgrade to an M4. Throws away the FAMAS, so the money is pretty dire. This is a very important round, I'd say, for Fusion Uprise to win right now. Now, it's not going to decide the game, don't get me wrong, but it can really decide this early start, considering the economy would be absolutely shattered after this one for the CT side. Decent spam at mid. He doesn't connect on anything, so a little bit of utility being wasted from the T side is always nice. Jermaine looks to entry in alongside Cakes. Cakes has really been impressing me so far. Entries have been very clean and slick. But there's still lots more Counter-Strike to be played. MDS holding down mid with an AWP could actually cause a really decent amount of damage. He's forced away, or at least warded off a bit by that smoke, but he's not going to give up the ghost just yet. He's fallen back to a more passive position, as Able2Mutate are still taking their time when it actually comes to executing in on a MDS watching. Spots a chicken. That's the wrong leg. Can't quite spot anything. All the T's grouping up over at mid means that MDS will have at least one free shot. Unfortunately, though, he chooses to back off before the duel is actually able to go out. But the CTs will be able to hold it down from Pit. Most likely a bit of a stutter on some of these shots, but as expected, the CTs will be able to clean up for the most part. Jermaine is the last one left standing here, and in a 1-on-3, or 1-on-2 actually. He got that first one onto Maz. Respectable shot. He has a Krieg. This is definitely doable. It's far from an impossible clutch by any stretch of the imagination, especially since he's going to hit shots like that. He can't quite get the follow-up, but he's on for a 4K right now, and he's going to get it! Jermaine, a 1-on-3 clutch to keep Able2Mutate flawless is exactly the way to crush the confidence of Fusion Uprise. And that's exactly why I said it's far from an impossible clutch. The A bomb site plus the Krieg. It's exactly what a clutcher would hope for. And it's exactly what they need. Whoever said Jermaine would be farming, that prophecy is proving true so far. Good shot from that scout through with a nice headshot from the Deagle to boot. Scrubbalicious got absolutely demolished, but it's Fusion Uprise who are really doing the demolishing right now. They've found 2 kills immediately. Right off the bat, can't quite get the third, but surely it's going to get traded out or not. JDS still strikes back with a Krieg as he picks up 3. Quick entry out towards A and Able2Mutate. Although they went down 3 versus 5 relatively early on, Fusion still are on the back foot. Again, only having pistols to work with makes it so difficult to even keep the ante up, really. And every chance that they have will just get snuffed out by a Krieg. JTS with a quad in the round. The Kriegs have been doing some pretty significant damage. Fusion Uprise will have another bye coming in, but they're most likely going to take this time to have a little bit of a talk, a discussion during a pause, and figure out how they can get a better read. Because, again, it was a 1-on-3 that they lost to Germain. That should have easily been their round. They cleaned up on the A site perfectly. Dealing with that execute was no problem. That's what comes after. I guess that's the real issue. The unpause is through. 5-0 for Able2Mutate at the moment. And a fantastic start, to say the very least, on the T side of Inferno. Much more than this, and you'll be looking at a pretty incredible half. But there's still time. Still time for both sides. You see 3 players committed over towards B. This is a very different kind of Uprise than we saw on the pistol. Keep in mind, on the pistol, we saw 4 players committed over towards A. Now, they seem to be gambling over towards B a bit more. An aggressive smoke through with a push right behind it. Exchange of utility, but Yoko still leads the charge. Aggressive towards Banana. Cakes realizes there's smoke that went aggressively through and will choose to back off for the time being, considering it's a bit of a question mark on where these CTs will be located. Good spam. Tac Siphon down to 28 health. And that's actually pretty big news. A really good HE grenade from Able2Mutate. Even a Molotov, if they get lucky, could really spoil the fun. This is a really good map control, though, that Fusion Uprise have gotten, though. Effectively shutting out the B site for the time being, unless they were to lose both these duels, which they haven't gotten off to the best start of. Don't get me wrong, Siphon is still going to try, or excuse me, Yoko is going to step up, find the double to avenge his teammate. He's going to try to make it 3, but unfortunately, he can't count that high. Wait, that makes it sound weird. Anyway, execute up towards mid. How about we actually get back into the action itself, because it never ends over at mid. Maz stays composed and ruins the push for Able2Mutate over towards A. B will be their final destination, but MTS, despite him watching, loses a duel to a Krieg, and that is exactly why the Krieg is the most disgusting weapon in the game. Somehow just beats out Nob. That's unbelievable. Boost up on the flower pots might be in order, but JTS, well, I was saying he was going to be watching, but apparently not. 7-2. JTS wants to make it 9-2. Push through the smoke they go. Fusion Uprise over towards Grail at the moment. Still have to deal with the barrage of terrorists, and they won't be up for the challenge. Able2Mutate get now 6 on the board. That was another really decent shot for Fusion Uprise to at least go ahead and keep it competitive, but this is looking all T-sided right now. Another buy comes through. It's not looking very promising. Desert Eagle, Scout, and an auto shotgun. 4 players stacked over at A, so we're back to the pistol strat we go. But I don't even think this was... I mean, is it even worth the buy? Well, Rock's trying to prove me wrong, and Siphon is as well. They both find kills. 3-on-4, favoring the CT side. So, again, it's off to a good start on these eco rounds. And the fact that some of these players are heavily lit up, too, could also mean a lot. I think Daddy getting that kill over at B, though, completely exposed the defense of Fusion Uprise. They'll just storm into the B site instead, make it theirs, and, I mean, effectively... Against Kriegs and an AK, it's going to be really tough. I can't really see them realistically getting away with this one here, especially since the positions from Deddy and co are just so aggressive and able to ruin a retake attempt as soon as it begins. But they'll still go for it nonetheless. What's there to lose at this point here other than another round, but you're going to anyway. Much to work with, no kits in play, and the shots don't connect. MDS tries to trade out his poor teammate, but Germain says no and puts Able2Mutate up on 7 rounds now. Another really good start from Fusion Uprise on that eco. I feel like they're doing more damage on that eco than on the ecos than they are actually on gun rounds. But speaking of gun rounds, they're going to give it another go. This time, double AWPs are in order. Is this the right move? Possibly. Let's see if MDS is able to find anything close or quickly. Unfortunately, JTS is just too quick over at mid, and immediately domes MDS to put him down. 4 on 5, almost immediately able to mutate. This is quite the start for them in all these rounds, at least on these gun rounds. I feel like these gun rounds have been incredibly suffocating. Able2Mutate are just able to find a nice quick kill or two. Or even if they aren't, the rotate efforts or the retake efforts are just fruitless from Fusion or just incredible from Able2Mutate. But there's still time yet. I mean, if somehow Fusion Uprise can put a few rounds together, all hope won't be lost. But it's starting to get to the verge where this is indomitable from Able2Mutate. They're going to try to prove me wrong. They have a nice setup over on A. 3 players committed. And a kill from Yoko, meanwhile, at Banana. Although he's tagged down to half, that's a perfect start and exactly what they need. Able2Mutate. It's an even game with the CTs right now, made into the CT's favor after a tag and a kill from Rock. Traded out by Jermaine Sure. But still does heavily favor them. They're going to be executing onto the site. Maz will be watching over towards Hay Barrel. He has to deal with the falls that are going to be coming through because there's going to be a lot of players in his crosshairs very, very soon. And they're just going to run straight into the gauntlet, allowing Fusion Uprise to finally find their first round. It takes a while, but all good things come to those that wait, apparently. And Fusion Uprise finally get on the scoreboard. But it's not without a couple of asterisks. They need to get more. The CTs are far. I mean, it's not one round that you need. You need 16 of them. They really need to keep up this ante. The fact that they managed to come back from a 4 versus 5 super early on, though, is a really good sign. But, I mean, how much on that is just a good read on the situation? Able2Mutate, I mean, they stay true to their name. They're able to mutate to these kind of reads that Fusion Uprise are doing on them. They don't seem to be exactly fond of faking out. Pulling off any fakes at all, really. Maybe that could come back to harm them. Seems back to the B site immediately they want to go. Already have seized top banana control and Siphon. Now with the Krieg that he stole from a fallen terrorist. Looks to stay alive. Smoke through and a Molotov as a response. But no bomb just yet. It will be retrieved by JTS. But again, the T's could take this anywhere. They also have apartments control. Nothing is out of the question, especially since there's time to really mutate, go wherever they like. Jermaine is committed to this fight, though, and falls because of it. The Krieg just always seems to one-up in a scenario like this. No cakes with the Galil. Proves me wrong. He will even upgrade to an AK-47 as a push now rotates its way over towards A. Maz holding down mid, immediately domes down 1. Takes care of Scrubbalicious. And there's no refrag potential from the T side here. Just completely staggering this push now. The T's not much time left. Need to commit to the site here. But Rock as well as Maz will be able to take care of it entirely. They find 2. Not quite the 3rd that they're hoping for here. And Deddy in a 1-on-3 will make it into a 1-on-2. He has to do a lot of damage very, very quickly here. And he's not even going to be given a chance. MDS is just toying with his food. I don't even think there's time for the bomb plant. Deddy realizes it. And Siphon does too. It's a bloody battle. But it's a battle that favors the Fusion Uprise at the end of the day. However, Deddy is able to make it very, very expensive, and that's important. Because again, if Fusion don't win these next coming rounds and really start building up their economy a bit more, if they don't win these in convincing fashion, they could be right back to square one with a really broken economy. And that would absolutely shatter them. Especially since already so many guns and rounds have been given to Able2Mutate, and that's not the start that they want. Scrubbalicious will quickly take care of MDS, put him to sleep. A 4 versus 5 early on like that. It was a good attempt, though. I like what MDS was trying to go for. An early frag like this on a round like this would mean a lot. But it also means a lot for the terrorists if they can get one early on like that. It ends up being a net gain for the T's. Although Jermaine is hurting, bleeding internally, he still has that killing potential. 2 rifles in the hands of Able2Mutate, as it seems that they're ready to execute onto A. But this A defense has been rock solid, no pun intended, so far. As significantly weaker, though, only having an MP5 to work with, but Rock still can deliver with everything that he's given. He finds one, no problem, but the second proves to be too tall of an order, and just like that, able to mutate. They're on the track of getting 8 rounds now. The A site belongs to them, and although 2 players are heavily tagged up, the numbers disadvantage is just so monumental from Fusion. This would have to be an incredible clutch from Yoko just to really keep the dream alive for Fusion here, because their money is going to be demolished, to say the very least. Yoko will give it his best shot. No kit in play means that he has to move quick. Oh, he doesn't spot Deddy, though. That could come back to bite him. Footsteps made, and the round given up means that Able2Mutate now make it on to 8. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Another pause will come through, but take a look at the money on the CT side. They haven't bought up yet, but some of their, I mean, the richest player has 5750. They could force up an AWP full armor if they even felt like it. Although half armor would do. I'm just curious on what they think the read in this kind of situation is. Is it full save? Is it buy down to about 2k? They'll be having full loss bonus coming through very, very soon. I mean, Able2Mutate, they don't have to worry about that. Since they've gotten the bomb down so many times, they are in favor. But an eco win for them, a 4-step win, I should say, ends up really helping the confidence of Able2Mutate a bit more. A desert eco in order. I mean, Fusion Uprise don't exactly have the healthiest horse in this race right now. Banana control will be quickly seized from the terrorist. Neutral game we go, Able2Mutate. Content playing this slow. If they could make this 8-7, that would be a miracle from Fusion, but it's not looking very likely right now, especially since Able2Mutate seem to be winning a lot of these duels. 3 players, Gamble stacked over at A means that the 2 with Deegs will have to hold down pretty massively. Jermaine contact play in. He's actually not checking his close corners, and Yoko hasn't spotted it, and he tries to hit the shots. Unfortunately, that gives plenty of time for Cakes to come in and clean him up. It's a 1-for-1 trade. But again, it always does favor the T side too. That numbers advantage is so massive because it just requires you to split up the defense. Rock, though, doesn't care about your advantages. He actually manages to retrieve a Krieg, and Siphon has an M4 to himself as well. They're not out of this one just yet, Fusion Uprise, considering that Scrubbalicious is basically on life support right now. He's on 3 points of health. The bomb is a bit slow to rotate from Able2Mutate, means that they actually have a decent shot at making this happen. Likely? No, not really likely, but possible. Siphon makes noise over at mid alongside his teammate Rock, which means that Able2Mutate will have a perfect one-up position ready to ruin this retake effort. But Siphon is better. Wise to it, takes down 1. Now Fusion Uprise have a really decent shot now. They need to move quick. Again, no kit in play means that this definitely does favor the T's, and, well, the shots are there to back it up. Nearly on to double digits now. Able2Mutate get another one down, as they're up to 9. The best that Fusion Uprise can hope for at this point is 4 in a row to make it 9-6. It's a potential. Another gun round coming into play means that they definitely do have some potential, but I mean, the Kriegs are just absolutely nasty. Are you feeling lucky? Oh, Rock being boosted onto balcony very early on here. Interesting adjustment from Fusion Uprise. You see that they're also trying to take a little bit more aggressive banana control as well. JTS looking on top of the logs right now, might be on borrowed time. He somehow manages to stay alive. Decent amount of damage done onto the T side though. Puts him within one-shot range of those M4s, which could actually mean a lot when it comes down to an actual executing scenario. Spam through. Scrubbalicious gives up his position, so they know that's a 2-pronged attack. They can be from anywhere. Still plenty of potential for either side to swing this in their favor. But you can't help but think it's looking pretty good for Fusion Uprise, at least in this one. For the entire game, yeah, it's pretty obviously in favor of Able2Mutate right now. They're putting together an incredible T-side half. Contact play in order, and MDS is wise to it, crouching down, hidden up. 4 on 5 and 30 well, about 35 seconds left in play. That's a terrible headline for Able2Mutate, considering one of their players is still tagged down relatively heavily. 56 HP for JTS, who's been on fire with a Krieg. Means that they're going to have a really rough time executing. Resmoke comes through, and the utility effort from the T's is there as well, but the flashes aren't exactly perfect. And that means that Siphon can actually only deliver with one. How have Able2Mutate made their way onto the site? This execute actually does have a little bit of life in it yet. I thought this was going to be a done deal, but the kills are through from Able2Mutate, as they always seem to be. And the retake is on. Again, no kits for Fusion Uprise mean that they have to move quick, and a crossfire in play means that Able2Mutate still aren't out of this one just yet, especially since the CTs are burning alive. Deddy's able to find one, JTS with another, and oh my god, it's a disaster. Rock, last one left standing, finds the first, and will have to finish up the job with the USP, which he'll do, and so the scare is avoided. Wait, no, it's not avoided. Oh my god, they didn't buy a kit! They didn't buy a kit! Oh, it's a disaster! They didn't buy a kit, and because of that, Rock has to leave the scene. And that is why you aren't going to ever live down not buying a kit. Don't be a tit, buy a kit. Unfortunate way to lose a round. But the fact that Able2Mutate dropped many guns mean that, it puts a dent in their economy at the least. Not the end of the world, at the very least. But I can say at the very least, knowing full well that Able2Mutate are just steamrolling through Fusion Uprise at the moment. MDS already put out of the picture. Removed. Nice refrag though from Deddy allows, or well, not nice refrag, nice frag from Deddy just makes the deal even sweeter for Able2Mutate now. And you see Rock is going for a desperation play down alt mid. He actually finds double. There's a little bit of fruit in that play, in the tree of life for Fusion Uprise right now. That push actually manages to find quite a bit of damage. In a 2-on-2 we go. Fusion Uprise sticking together. Might be their only shot back into this half, but it's not meant to be. At least that's what JTS is trying to convince them of. A 1-on-2 with Yoko leading the charge. Won't even find the first kill. The M4 is able to convert. And JTS sure as hell is 14-6 for the man right now. He is rolling. Highest in the server. Alongside Deddy, who's also 14. At 14. I don't think he's actually 14 years old. That would be news to me. Rock is at 13 kills on the 2-11 Fusion Uprise at the moment, so definitely some promise for the new blood in the roster. But not a lot of promise in this round. You see how they dedicate 4 players over towards the top of Banana, ready to deal with Able2Mutate as a Deagle force comes through, and it's a bloodbath for the T side, actually. Fusion Uprise again in the man advantage. I swear, I always favor them on these eco rounds more so than the actual gun rounds, especially when they can hit shots like that. Maz with a gross one onto Scrubbalicious means that Deddy again has to clutch it out. He's taken the helm for when it comes to most kills in the server at the moment. But he needs to find 2 more to add to his tally if they want to even up. Or if they want to make a round number 12 theirs, I suppose. Smoke going down towards the bottom of Banana. Gives a little bit of a warning on where the CTs might be lurking. It's important to keep in mind that Deddy is full HP, full util, full armor. And the bomb as well, to boot. Every advantage in his favor. But still, time hurts just a little bit. 35 seconds means that Deddy won't really be able to pull off a fake much anymore. Going through library, checking every single angle. Has no clue that the B site is where all the action is going to be happening here. Deddy even makes a little bit of noise, realizes that the A site is clear. Gets the bomb down. The bomb goes down. I think we're going to be seeing a fight go down too. 2 Kriegs for Fusion Uprise as they try to make this happen. They're going to be careful on the retake effort. Still, lots of utility in play. Flash up. Deddy now has advanced positioning. Oh, he's lurking through the smoke as well. As the smoke dissipates, Fusion Uprise might not be ready for it. Deddy needs to hit the shots, and he finds the first, no problem. Now the jig is up. They know exactly where his position is. MDS is just going to choose to hold down the bomb for the same. Oh, God, no. The Molotov goes out as well. It's round over. Just like that, Able2Mutate get up on 12. A gorgeous 1 versus 3 clutch from Deddy. Able2Mutate are just winning everything. 2 1-on-3 clutches going their way at the moment. It's not like Fusion Uprise played that in particular, or that particular clutch very wrong. It's just that Deddy always seems to have the upper hand. And it's really starting to hurt. Only 2 rounds for Fusion Uprise at the moment. And luckily they don't siphon a player. And well, speaking of siphoning a player, Able2Mutate actually dropped one, and Siphon doesn't want to siphon his life. Will actually put another one in the favor of the CTs. A spam through towards the bottom of Banana isn't quite effective. But it doesn't really matter how effective a little bit of spam down Banana is when it's a 3-on-5 and still plenty of time to play. Spam through. Seems like Able2Mutate have some thoughts about going over to A. Haven't quite committed to the fight yet. Lots of util in play from Able2Mutate means that they can really fully execute out wherever they like. 2 smokes, 3 mollies, flashes, and well, positioning on 1 player from Fusion Uprise as well. Gives at least a bit of information on where to this potential stack from Fusion Uprise could be. But this is going to be a really tough one for Able2Mutate to actually win. They're going to have to crack open this defense from Fusion Uprise, but it's looking awfully prime for them to put up their 3rd round at last. Good spam through. Scrubbalicious decides to capitalize on the effort, but the kills are not enough for Able2Mutate, so Fusion Uprise at the half make it 12-3. It's not terrible, but it could be so... I say it's not terrible, but it's pretty damn bad. Fusion Uprise really need a lot more. They need to win this pistol at the very least. Maybe then the comeback effort could begin, but it's kind of hard to think of a lot of really good silver linings for Fusion Uprise heading into the second half. Now, their A defense, I have to say, was really solid in Fusion Uprise. I love how they did it. Also, real quick, Nubage, thank you so much for the 2-month sub. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for always coming into my streams as well. Much, much appreciated. Means the world to me. Back to the game at hand. I want to go ahead and, while we have a little bit of a lull in the action, see what the scoreboard is shaping up to look like. Let's see. We have Deddy with 19.48 RWS at the moment, 114.33 ADR. And surprisingly, that isn't even the highest RWS player on the side of Able2Mutate. It's actually JTS, who's 21.56 RWS. Seems to just slightly outnumber Deddy's, but I mean, there's been so many clutches going in favor of Able2Mutate at the moment. 2 1 versus 2s from JTS, a 1 versus 1 from JTS as well. 2 1 versus 3s from Deddy, and a 1 versus 3 from Jermaine. Like, really, there's been no clutches going in favor of Fusion Uprise, and it's starting to really hurt them. But all good comebacks start with a good pistol round. And let's see if we're going to be making history again. Fusion Uprise, it's vital that they pick this one up. Able2Mutate are on the verge of snatching this match away from them. It would be a little bit of an upset, just a little bit. It's not going to be the biggest upset in the world, but considering Able2Mutate are hot off of a loss, they're 7-3 in main at the moment, while Fusion Uprise are 8-2. I mean, just based off numbers itself, it is a little bit surprising, but it seems like Able2Mutate are just doing pretty well to take care of things, but Fusion Uprise, they don't care. We'll just immediately take down Scrubbalicious, put him to sleep. And this passive play from Fusion Uprise is already getting off to a pretty good start. They found 1 kill, might be able to get another here if Cake Cakes, excuse me, commits to the fight a bit too much, realizes there's a horde of CT or of T's ready to completely snatch away his life. The retake effort will be on soon. Cakes just desperately tries to stay alive while Jermaine tries to hit a few shots at the firing range, and he'll find one no problem. Dancing around this pillar, he's actually doing considerable damage. He'll be able to find his second. Maz is just not able to do anything against Jermaine. He's still in this. He's still doing damage. He's going to get a quad. How is Jermaine doing this? He just stays alive for so long. Unbelievable. Jermaine, are you kidding me? How does he do it? That pillar was like this untouchable shield in Fusion Uprise. They couldn't close the distance. And again, whoever was saying Jermaine would farm, oh my lord, that prophecy has come true. That's unbelievable. He got a quad in the round. Jermaine steals that round away from Fusion Uprises. They're going to be stuck on pistols. Some of them not even upgraded. Most of them not even upgraded. There's a single P250 in play from Siphon. Aggressive position from Deddy could immediately just end this. End the lives of Fusion Uprise. And end the hopes and dreams for a comeback potential. Maybe, just maybe they can make this work. But Deddy has absolutely no intention of letting it happen. A nice welcoming mat as they soon just siphon their way out over towards the balcony. It's a quick, clean cleanup. Or quick, clean cleanup. Sounds a bit strange. But it's a 4K for Scrubbalicious as he's able to line his pockets a bit more. And it's 14-3. Looking awful for Fusion Uprise at the moment. New bitch, by the way. Sorry, I was in the middle of casting there. Couldn't exactly get to the chat. But yes, I'm going to be casting one game after this for Supernova. On Supernova_TV. Fusion Uprise now bring Kriegs onto the table. And this could actually prove to be an effective round, considering Able2Mutate have been a bit stubborn to upgrade their rifles. Only one M4. Otherwise, we're looking at MP9s and FAMASas. No problem, Nubage. I'll go ahead and host the stream when I'm going live there. I'll be immediately after this one here. And oh man, this would be so big for Able2Mutate to win as well. It would be even bigger for Fusion Uprise, but this is so risky. Cakes. Oh my lord, a one and done position is actually able to, well, no, it still stays a one and done position, but he stays longer, or alive longer than I thought. The Kriegs still just outnumber and outmatch the CTs despite their best efforts or not. How are these duels still going the way of Able2Mutate? What is going on? I thought it was going to be a done deal. Fusion Uprise had every advantage heading into this one here. They're going up against MP9s and FAMASas. A one-shot potential in itself should be absolutely suffocating, but they're proving me wrong. Suddenly, Rock is down in a 1-on-3. None of the clutches have gone the way Fusion Uprise so far. And who's to say it's going to change? Not me. Able2Mutate still crushing. 15-3 now. And this will have to be now the comeback of a lifetime for Fusion Uprise. The comeback of a lifetime. But do you feel lucky? Because I don't think they do. Standard 3-2 split. Aggressive positions into balcony as well. And they're just going to be giving up mid for the time being here. They don't... Oh, wow, I like this. Boost from JT. Yes, he falls off his teammate's head, but he found a player nonetheless. And speaking of finding players, Deddy will take down Siphon. Into the crosshairs. And into the grave he goes. And it's rubbing salt in the wound for Fusion Uprise at the moment. Their last effort are just going up in flames, and so is Yoko apparently. He's already down to 76. That hurts too, considering although there are 3 Kriegs in play, there's also an AUG and an M4, and that allows you to get one shot by them. Which, coincidentally enough, Cakes has an M4. So if Fusion Uprise win this, that would be a miracle. But it's not meant to be, apparently. The spray and the retakes, or not the retakes, the refrags are perfect. A 1-on-4 just to stay alive in the game. It's not looking awfully likely. The forecast is looking gloomy. As Yoko just might meet his doom. Up in flames he goes. He divides the first fight through, and he's actually able to get all of them, but not enough to close out the round. We nearly saw the dream come true. But at the end of the day, it's just that, a dream. That's going to be it for me on the mic, at least on this channel. I have another game to cast after this. This is going to be, or it's going to be Supernova versus Precision Esports. That could also be another interesting game. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. There is not going to be a game after this. They just decided to reschedule it. Well, I guess that's the end of me tonight. I thought I had another match, but here we are. Either way, I just want to say on that game real quick, it's unfortunate how that ended up going out. Fusion Uprise just seemed to be on the back end of a lot of these clutches every single time, and Able2Mutate were just getting away with some crazy things. I saw in chat, Wispa says super disconnected, and I mean, I can echo those statements. There's just a lot of disconnect in how the team play was coming through. They're still a relatively new roster. I mean, they've only played a couple of matches with the addition of Rock. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world for them by any stretch of the imagination. You shouldn't say otherwise. They're still 8-3 in main after this loss. Incredible record. That's the same record that Able2Mutate can now call theirs too. At the end of the day, though, Able2Mutate have everything going their way, and they're going to become our victors of this match. I wanted to say more, but I decided against it. I think you get the picture now. Able2Mutate just mauling Fusion. That's going to be the end of me, but Fusion Uprise still have more matches to go. They're not done just yet. If you guys enjoyed, please feel free to drop a follow or even a subscription if you're feeling really generous. If not, that's totally cool. My name's Ito, and it was an honor to bring you this match. And I'll see you very, very soon.